Channel6.ca, supported by... Kick off the summer by picking up your new RV at Vellner Leisure Products. It's the best value you'll find for all your needs, from parts, servicing, sales, and financing. It's Vellner Leisure Products, the RV store in the corner with the fountain, Red Deer.
The city of Red Deer has some pretty active residents. People love to go outside, walk, run, or bike, and take in some great fresh air. But what if the air we breathe is not so fresh? A recent report says our air does not pass the Canadian standards.
The province released this week that the Red Deer region, which includes the city of Red Deer and quite a large regional area around us, is exceeding the Canada-wide standard for fine particulate matter, or PM 2.5.
And that has many people concerned.
It's very concerning. We have to breathe the stuff in.
Oh yes, mainly because I do have lung problems, so it is a concern.
I am, for sure. I like being active. I've always been active, so being outside and not having good air quality can make it tricky and debatable. Is it worth going out, or should I stay in and find something else to do?
I just wonder, is it more of a detriment for me to do it, or if I should stay inside and go on the treadmill?
So what does this mean to you and I? Are we safe?
I'm not a doctor, but I understand that people with pre-existing conditions such as asthma may be impacted, but also healthy people over time can be impacted, because if you think 3 years is quite a long time to be breathing in air that has this fine particulate matter that can become embedded in your lungs. And it's so small that, of course, we can't see it.
So why now? Why did the province release this information in this report right now?
I'm not sure why they are just releasing it now. The City of Red Deer has been sitting on an advisory committee since November 2014 with Alberta Environment and Parks, with Alberta Health, with some other local municipalities and some industry looking at this issue and advising on what we can do as a municipality, industries advising what they can do as industrial partners.
So how do we fix this? Can we?
We hope they can act quickly and discover why the quality is so poor and what we can do to fix it.
Fixing air is not a quick fix, but there are some things that contribute to our air quality that are things that residents and the city can do. So the biggest sources of particulate matter in a city would be transportation sources, so out of our cars and our trucks, and home heating choices. So the choice of electricity, or conserving power.
I know there are a lot, population has grown a tremendous amount, and there are a lot more vehicles, and big vehicles. There are a lot of trucks around.
But is that all the contributing factors? What about wildfires?
It's a common misconception that this is all a result of forest fires. Certainly forest fires do release particulate, and that's when we can see it. It's so heavy, but it's larger than the 2.5. It's not the fine particulate, and in these readings, all of that fire data, those spikes are taken out of the 3-year average.
Then there's the question, is it because the monitoring station is close to the industrial area? Is that a factor?
I often get that question that, this station is located it's in our heavy industrial area, and it's on a busy road that heavy transport trucks or that the city transit and fleet are using. Is that spiking the results? And what Parkland Airshed Management Zone did was run a temporary station and now a permanent station in the Lancaster neighborhood to kind of balance out and see, are we getting the same results in Lancaster? And we are getting very similar results. So we know that that's an issue, not just because of industrial traffic or city fleet driving by this station, but it really is an issue for the whole city, and now with this data being released by the province for the whole region.
During this 3-year period, municipalities have been working with the province to draw up a plan of action.
The City of Red Deer has been aware that we have some challenges with respect to air particulates and have identified, obviously, the environment is a critical priority for our citizens, and it's a critical priority subsequently for the City of Red Deer, with air quality being a specific area of initiatives that we've identified in our environmental master plan.
So there was some public consultation that the province did earlier in the year and didn't have a big uptake. Not a lot of people wanted to come out and learn more about air quality. So I guess if people are concerned, they certainly can watch for this draft. I think the Minister of Environment has said it'll be out within the next month. They can watch for that and see if they feel there's sufficient actions in there and there's sufficient progress in there to impact the problem. So I would encourage people, if they're concerned, to do that as well.